What's up, witches? I want to tell you about the last book that I read. WTF is Tarot. How Do I Do It? By Bakara Wintner. So, just a parenthesis, I went to read this book with me and my mom. We went to a hyperbar treatment, which is like an oxygen chamber, and I tried it and I brought this book with me. And the man who was doing the treatment, he's also into tarot, into Abraham Hicks and all the spiritual stuff. So we started to talk, and then he took my book, and he's like 60, I don't know, and he was like, WTF, what is this? Is this a special way to read tarot? And I'm like, well. So I actually told him what was WTF, even though it was the first time that I met him. And he was like, oh, wow, okay, this is a progressive book. And he's like, oh, that's why it says young blood, old magic, I guess. I'm like, yeah. So yeah, I bought this book for the title also, because the title is very like provocative and I love it. Basically, this book, what I like about it is she covers very well the major arcana. So for example, if we take the Empress, she starts with sort of like a quote. For example, here she put a quote, I have always been the woman of my dreams, by Naira Wahid, who is a poet. And then she goes into keywords, overflowing, abundance, feminine, passion, nurturing, lush, indulgent, sensual, seductive, embodied, welcoming, beauty queen, fertile, maternal, confidence, richness, unashamed. So basically, this is it. And then she tells you the definition. And at the end, she writes a story, like an anecdote of her life that can give you a feeling of the card. So she covers very well the majors. Then she goes into the minors. The minors are very, like a small paragraph. This is the wands. A small paragraph for every minor. And I apologize for the quality of this video. I'm using my MacBook Air and I guess the webcam isn't that great. Okay, so I really like the anecdotal part for the majors. The minors are like a paragraph, so it's not a lot for the minors. But what I really like is her description of the court cards. She put them into families. And for every family, there was like a picture of their home and a description of the atmosphere and the energy in their home. So for example, the Swords family. When you seek out the Swords family house, you end up in the suburbs, in a neighborhood chosen for its low crime rate and an excellent public school system. Dinner consists of a protein, vegetable, and starch, and is on the table at 6:30 p.m. every night. Sounds like you can get the vibe of the Swords family, which is very fun to understand if you're struggling with the court cards. And then at the end, she covers like spreads. There's basic spreads. So WTF are spreads. So there's basically maybe 3 or 4 spreads, I don't remember. Then she gives you practical tips how to deal with clients, with difficult clients. She covers very rapidly different chakras, crystals, and tools to enhance your intuition. And that's sort of it. That's pretty much it. So basically, I wouldn't say that this book is for a total beginner because it's not well detailed for the minors, for example, but it's more if you want to complement even more another book like the 78 Degrees of Wisdom, or another book that's more detailed for every card definition, then this book gives you a vibe. Like for every major, she gives you an anecdote, which gives you a vibe of the card or an example of real life. That's like the best of this book, I think. And I love the title. I loved reading it. It was very honest, and she was giving very personal stories and details of her life, which was pretty opening. So thank you for that. Right. Thank you for watching. Take care.